What is up, my string beans, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in the Prehistoric DLC, where we decided to blow up Demolier. We blew up Demolier, just like right outside our little orbit here, just like one tile away, so it's right there. Um, let's see. In the last episode, we built this grandiose thing here. We made a infinite plastic source. Hold on. Let me double check that recordings going well. Whoops. Yeah, in the last episode we built this, and then in between episodes I built a second one, and oh my gosh, I don't know what was going on, but some way somehow like my recording didn't pick up my voice, and like I already did like a whole shit ton of stuff. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll just publish it, and then maybe in the next video I'll explain it. So what we got here, here's like the explaining of what we're doing up on these parts. So we have 10 lura plants over here, and through the power of math, and it has been decided that 10 lura plants is good for these 5 little guys. And so how it works is that you can see every single little cavity has some form of knit, whether it be a larva, an actual knit, or the egg itself. And so what we're doing here, these 3 center ones are really easy, and they're saying if we ever have an egg, so once we have above 0 eggs, this guy will open up. So let's see, he's reproduction at 73, 57, 53. All right, we're not going to see one here in the next couple like minute or two. But yeah, once there's an egg, this guy's allowed to leave. So he lays the egg, this opens up, he flies off to get munched on. And that's really easy. And how that works is that now that there's like an egg in here, this stays open. But once it hatches into a little knit larva, then this closes and the knit larva grows up into be a knit, and then he lays an egg and it opens up, and the cycle repeats. So now the difference between these 3 center ones and the left and right is that you see that the left and right one are directly underneath. They're directly underneath a lura plant. And so the problem with that is that the lura plants, after 4 cycles of being ready to harvest, is when they self-harvest and they drop off their amber. So we don't want the amber to go down here. So as I mentioned before, once there's an egg, this stays open, and then once it hatches, then it closes. These 2, we want it to close as soon as the knit leaves. So here we have 2 sensors. One is going to check to make sure that we have above 1 egg, and this one is going to check that we have above 1 critter. So once we have an egg and a critter, this will open, and it'll be like the same thing of here. There will be a knit and an egg because it is set to an AND gate, and then the knit will fly on out and the egg will stay. But because it's an AND gate, we now only have 1 egg and not a critter. It will then close, and that's literally the only difference between these 2 outside ones. And so a couple things that you need to make sure of that, like I had I had a single trouble. Things that I had trouble with when I was building this one was that you need to make sure the temperature of the water is at a good temperature. Let's click on this little guy, and you can see comfortable ranges from 5 to 65. So I had some that were like 66 and things like that because we're using an infinite storage, and all my water in here is hot. So I had to like cool it down, and I was having problems with that. And then another problem I had like in the center was this knit would grow up and turn into, or the larva would grow up and turn into a knit, but he wouldn't fly out of the liquid. And he would just like drown in there. And I'd be like, well, what the fuck is going on? So I wanted to make sure that all of the gas in here is one type of gas. So I sucked it all out. I did a lot of sucking, and we turned it all into oxygen so that like I hopefully didn't have that problem. And you know what? We have not been having any problems. And look, we're at 2,600 kilograms here. Let's see. The next thing that I did here, or the next little portion for this contraption, is that you have to bring this in And the stuff that we're doing with amber, there's two things that you can do with the amber. Also, I'm going over all of this because I didn't have voice in my last video. But yeah, so there's two things that you can do with amber. You can either get 50% of the resin by plant squishing it right here, right? We're gonna get sand and fossil, but then 50% resin. But we want more resin, so we're gonna shoot for the 80% resin by heating it up above 95. So that's why we have this setup right here. And when the amber melts, you're kind of loud, huh? Let's go down 5. And when the amber melts, the liquid will drop while the fossil will go above. Look at that, we got some more plastic. So that's why we have this little contraption here. And something you really need to be careful of is that this room or these tiles can't be too hot, because we'll look at resin and at 125, this bitch turns into steam and refined carbon. So there we go, we just lost our fucking resin because you can't turn that shit back. So you have to make sure that this isn't above 125. So that's why I have these two sensors right here that say if it's below, or no, if it's above 125, it will send a red signal. And I have two of them. So right now it just sent out a red signal. So you can see that these both are sent to an AND gate to this conveyor shutoff, so that I will now not send in amber because this is too hot. Because if it is too hot, I will lose my resin. It'll turn into steam. But yeah, it's just gonna melt in here. The amber's gonna turn into resin, and it'll sit down here, and it'll fucking pump out and shit out some little plastic. And there you go. That's our whole setup right there. You got some plastic, and yeah, we've been getting a bunch of plastic. Let's see. Also in between episodes, like I did actually do like a lot of fucking shit. I'm really upset that fucking. Let's move these guys. Relocate you over here. You get to be a hugger, and then we'll clean that up. Let's see. The other things that I did in between episodes is that I think I did between episodes. I set up this hydrogen generation. I just set up. Let's see. Here we have a 1040 30 difference. I usually like 30 difference, but yeah, it's a 1040. And then here we have a 4575 because I want to be using this hydrogen. Because we have our infinite hydrogen set up with a bunch of bees, little beta guys. They're doing some stuff, which I think I did that last episode. And so all we're doing is pumping out this hydrogen. Oh yeah, I do remember I did set this up, because one of the things that I did specifically was that I set this up with uranium ore. So yeah, I set this up with the uranium ore because you can see that uranium, as opposed to like gold or even steel, well, maybe not even steel. Let me see. So the thermal conductivity, we have 0.490 to and 108, and this one is 1 and 40. So steel is obviously better, but the uranium is definitely better than the gold because it's 1 and 40, and this one's 0.15 and 4. So yeah, I just did uranium, and we're using the cold ass fucking hydrogen that we're pulling out of here. You could see cold ass, and we're keeping these bad boys nice and cool. And that's just all we're doing with that. And then I set up this little arbor tree thing here so that we can start getting some arbor tree acorns. And now we can see that we have 90 fucking acorns. So I could probably free this dude, or I'll just leave him until he evolves himself. And then I set up an actual fucking like wood farm here. So we are getting some wood. We're getting some wood, and not through the oak shell way, which I have a singular oak shell. Because like he was dying. All of them were dying. And then we're doing the great sucking. We did the great yeah, we did the great flattening, and now we're doing the great sucking. Alright, that was like 10 minutes of going over stuff that we did in the past. Oh, also I did this. We're working on trying to get all this liquid out. And So I have this crazy ass contraption going on here. And really all it is just sucking all this liquid, and every single liquid is going through its own filter system, so that we're sucking all 4 of them. Or actually 5. I have 5 pumps. We're sucking from all 5 pumps, and it's all mostly brine, and so that's why it's like slowing down. But like you could see that some of it is still kind of going. Anyway, today's episode, we're gonna work on that. Oh, I also did a bunch of fucking drywall everywhere, so that's cool. But yeah, today's episode, I want to start doing space stuff. I've been there was a time where I was shoving a bunch of these little motherfuckers in here. There's a bunch of eggs in here, and so they're all hatching. But then I rerouted them to come out right here, and so I just let the pips walk into their own demise, which is right here, and turn into meat, and then the meat comes over here, and we're starting to cook that. Alright, anyway, so like we want to start doing some space stuff. So this this asteroid is actually like really tall. So we want to make sure that we're at least 35 from the no build zone. And so like we have like a lot of fucking space. And I think I want to do, so there's a couple things that you can do to handle space. One of them is like setting up a bunch of bunkers, bunker tiles. Yeah, one of them is like setting up a whole bunch of fucking bunker tiles, which I don't even have enough steel, but that's all right. Setting up a bunch of bunker tiles. Another one is setting up bunker doors. But we're gonna go this certain route where we're just going to fucking use a blast shot or blast meteors, the meteor blaster, and I'm just gonna keep blasting all them motherfuckers down. And yeah, and then we're gonna set up like a space station, probably having all the rockets like sit in this area like this, and then we're gonna have a space above. It's just gonna be flat, and maybe we might have more rockets depending on how high I'm gonna build it. But yeah, let's go ahead and like get to that. So what we're gonna do, we're at least gonna take out all that crap. And actually, I think we want to deconstruct everything, right? Yeah, I don't really need anything. So let's make sure that our guys can get up there, which they sort of can. Yeah, they gotta go like around. Okay, they go this way and then all the way over. Alright, so let's see here. What do we have? Mafic rock, can we make? Yeah, Mafic rock. We're gonna build everything out of Mafic rock. And you know what? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. That little guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. That little guy. 1, 2. Because we got to keep everything, you know, even, right? And we have this little liquid block right there. There we go. Okay. So now that we brought all this up, we can do this. And I guess this is something we'll do. I feel like I am going to doom some people by doing this. But we'll just do this little guy right here. Another thing, so probably next episode, you know, since we're starting to do like our space program, the next episode will probably be turning all this fucking goddamn gold, or not gold, goddamn it, all this fucking oil into petroleum, because we're gonna need to fuel our rockets. And we were able, through the data banks that we did get, we were able to get a small petroleum rocket, so we'll probably do that. Also, I think it's finally time that we get rid of this nonsense. Wait, we have a singular Wheezewort? I thought we didn't have any Wheezewort. this will be our point in. We'll have 2 points. And let's see, we gotta start planning. Yeah, let's grab this and go down, I don't know, 40? Well, how far up are we going to do it? Because, like, we can honestly just do it, like... We could do it anywhere we really want, to be honest. Because, like, we can do it something like this. And let's start planning out... Oh my god, and then am I gonna have to do all drywall back there? No. But then let's plan... We're gonna go... Yeah, let's start off with iron. I wish I could see... Okay, and then we want, like, 1 block of overlapping. Because we gotta cover the entire sky. Or, well, let me see. From the center, it's 17 tiles. Well, what if I just do this? I go 29 tiles from the base. And that should be 29. Ceiling collapse, are we okay? Oh, you guys need to... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we gotta chop all that up. Okay, so you guys are all working very diligently. Good job. And let's keep planning out. Double check that that's 29, 29. I hear you. What are we crying about? As long as you guys keep on keeping on, you know? And we can get inside. Okay, good. Just making sure no one's getting stuck out here. And then we go another 29. Right there, double check. And then we go another 29 and we should be good. Okay, so I think that'll be our blast shots. And then let's see about some rockets, some little rockets. How many rockets can we fit in here? Maybe 4? I think 4. I think we're gonna do 4. With a space in the middle? No, no space in the middle. Because here's why I want to do them all conjoined. So what I'm actually gonna do is we're gonna build like a whole fucking column. So we're not actually gonna have these right here. We're gonna have these guys probably down here. How are we doing, guys? And then we'll go up. How's the rest of our base doing? Double check in. Make sure that we're getting all these little pipsqueaks. Mew, mew. They're all making little silly sounds. Relocate you over there. And relocate this little guy on over here. And how's the great sucking going? What are we down to? Just polluted oxygen? And we are in the micrograms, so that means that in the micrograms, some of it should be deleting itself, I believe. And we are also, like, trying to build this down. Because, like, I guess magma keeps on creeping up here. I don't fucking know. But that magma is going to be a problem. I feel like the great sucking is taking way too fucking long. Okay. So let's see what else we got planned going on here. So I don't like that this isn't even, though. What we might do is bring everything over to the left one so that everything, and then all the meteor blasters will have 2 spaces, which isn't the worst. Yeah, let's move it all over one as I'm literally doing it right now. Because also you can see that this one is going to be fine. So that means there should be 29 tiles, 29, 29. Well, shouldn't it be 28? Yeah, so they all got to come over 1 additional, right? Because I need them all to be the same. Or else I will have a conniption. So funny thing about... Oh, wait, that's not 29. This is 29. Why is it? 28. Okay. So you need to be brought over. So funny thing about the word conniption is that a conniption is in fact already a fit. And so so now it should be like, yeah. So let's try this again. Oh, I see why it's okay. But yeah, I like so my intelligence, I have some stupidity. You know, as everyone I feel has at least some level of stupidity, right? Yeah, and this one's still good because it still is like a little bit into there. Okay, so this looks good. So my level of stupidity, it's up there. but I do have some level of intelligence, and like I know you know, certain words, and like I've learned some shit. What I'm trying to say is I'll get to the point. So conniption, right? It means actually having like an unwarranted fit. And so I like to say, you know, around my wife specifically, I'll say having like a conniption fit. So it's like a conniption fit. You're saying fit twice more or less because a conniption is already a fit. And so I'll say stupid things like that. And I don't know. Part of being married is upsetting your spouse. I think maybe we are just building it here. Because like this is a lot of space. And let me see. So what's 35 tiles all the way down? 35 tiles all the way down. So that means that we would actually be having the rocket platforms right here. Does that look good? We have the rocket platforms here. And then because this is 28 tiles, I can actually have like additional rockets like here as well. But yeah, I think this is gonna be good. I might as well just build it here. Okay, and then all of this will be bunkered doors. Because, you know, we're gonna need our rockets to be able to come on out. Ooh, you know what? That just got me thinking, can I even? Perfect! Oh my god, look at that. That is perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is a bunch of bunker doors. Okay, bunker doors. And we are going to... Shit. How are we going to do this? I guess right here. Let me see. So now I need to create a type of airlock for our little people. We're going to build an official airlock probably here. we'll go. Yeah, it'll be like this. And we're going to do it like this right here. This will be the, quote, official airlock design. So, as we come up here, we want to... we're going to encompass this thing. And you guys will come out onto this flat area, which means we need this. There we go. Official airlock. Actually, let's go the other way. We're gonna official airlock it out this way. Perfect. And we're going to do some plumbing. Also, what did I build this out of? Obsidian? That's fine. And then we would do a pneumatic door and a singular drywall. Actually, we don't need that. And the pneumatic door is just there. Yeah, the pneumatic door is just there so that I can, like, restrict people from coming in and out of space. Alright, let's continue this design. So we do, in fact, want all of our meteor blasters to be here, and I made them out of iron. Can I make them out of steel? I mean, I think iron should be fine, right? And then I'll set up like a small cooling loop, probably like underneath right here, or even here, probably in the center. All right, because that's the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the center. Okay. And they do require power. How much are they going to require? Will you tell me? 240. So, at any given point, we have 240, 480, we might have 2 separate power lines to provide power to both to 2 sets. All right, what liquid are we gonna do? Let's see. So it'll get cold in here. Can we put petroleum? Would petroleum be okay here? Neg 57 and 538. So probably petroleum. Yeah, sure. Well, that's the thing. I don't have too much petroleum. It's my petroleum. See, like, I can't even get up there. But what about oil? We probably should do oil, neg 40. But what about ethanol? Ooh, definitely not. And not water. Let's just do some oil. Let's get some oil up in this bitch. Enable auto bottle. And there's that. And then we'll do another one facing this way. And then this will go right here. And then we can probably start doing this. Wait, I shouldn't be doing... Well, we'll go back to math rock. And then I'll have to, like, dig down. Or not dig down, but we'll build according to the planetoid. This will bring up... It'll bring up some oil. Okay. Alright, how are we on this frickin' thing? So, we've decided that we're gonna do 2 separate power spines here. And also, this is gonna require power. It's gonna be 120 watts. 1, 2, 3. But this is only gonna be going on when these aren't working, so I don't have to worry about that. So let's just run some conductive wire, because that's 2 kilowatts, right? Yeah, 2 kilowatts should be good. And we're gonna get these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll get these guys powered up as well. We're also gonna need to power up some radars. Right? Rocketry. No, not telescopes. What are they called? Is it a station or is it utilities? A station would mean that it has to be manned, right? What is it even called? Like, I haven't done too much space stuff because I've always been intimidated by it. Let's check the research and see if I haven't researched it. That one's easier. But I'm pretty sure I have. Like, where is the... It's not that. I mean, I'm sure it'll be like here somewhere, right? We got the gantry, not that. But it's the thing that we're gonna need to tell us if there's gonna be any asteroids, meteors, stuff falling from the sky. Space scanner. Yeah, where's the space scanner? Space scanner. You're literally in rocketry? Don't tell me I missed you. No, you're in automation. That makes sense. And can we... Oh no, we're gonna have a broken thing in the sky here. Well, it's not like we need too many of them, right? Also, how are we doing on all of this? Oh, okay, we can't get over. That makes sense. Let's also build this one while we're at it. So we're gonna go out. Well, this is gonna be the this will be the floor. So an obsidian floor. Let's get rid of all that stuff. Why are we polluting water? Oh, that's right. Okay, let's go repair this real quick. Deconstruct, disable auto repair. How about we do that? Repair that, motherfuckers. And then we'll bring this up. And we gotta go like this. You know what? We're building it out of obsidian. Okay. And like that. And then like that. And then also plumbing. No one can get out there. That makes sense. Okay. They'll get that eventually, right? So the space scanner, it's not like I need full coverage all the time, right? The space scanner, all it does is that it's going to send a green signal to its automation circuit when it detects incoming objects from space. Okay, and we could configure to detect incoming meteor showers or returning space rockets. So we could probably put one right here. We'll put one here and here so that we can detect incoming space rockets, so that we can open the bunker doors. And then we will do here. Networks of many scanners will scan more efficiently than one on its own. Yeah. So we can do... First of all, how big is it? It's 2 tiles. 2 tiles, which works perfectly in our 28. So half of 28 is 14. So we actually want it to be right there, and that'll be the center. So if our center is here, I'll have 3 of them. I love symmetry. And we're building these out of nickel? That's fine, I'll allow it. There we go. And do you require power? Of course you do. And this side will grab the power for that. Okay, okay. Looking good so far. We'll keep on getting all this liquid out, because that is our space dump. And actually... Oh. We're just doing some dumb shit like that, huh? Okay, looking good so far. And then we do this all the way over. And we're going to have it flat, but flat for the most part, and then down where we need to. So it'll come down right there, and we're not going to worry about this stuff. And we're just going to have these guys for now, so that we can get all this crap. We're going to go like that, like that. And then we're going to dig out all this crud. Digging the crud, digging the crud. So now we got space scanners. And we're going to have power come in like this. Wow, our base isn't centered. That's okay. So, now that we have these guys here, and they're going to be powered, let's set up some automation. And we gotta do the long auto... Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, no. I think we can actually have the... We can have the same automation. To turn on the scanners. Yeah, I got an idea, I got an idea. But for now, the automation goes everywhere. And once I have this done, like I have it designed and it'll be complete, pretty much no dupes will be going up here at all ever. We are going to need to cool these bad boys down. So let's get some plumbing, and we're going to do, because we're in the vacuum of space, we have to do these guys. We're going to do aluminum. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's get all that mined out. And you're doing God knows what. We need to mine that out. Okay. So where were we on this thing? We're going to do 4. There's going to be 4 on this loop. And then 4 on this loop. That's not... I need it to go the other direction. Yeah, like this. These two, you need to go the other direction as well. My guy, do the thing I want. Okay. I can even build 2 tiles worth of stuff, just cause to make it look good. Okay, let's get some... How are we on the oil? Please don't do too much. I gotta make sure, but I am gonna bring this up to like 800 kilos. Deconstruct this thing. And let's put these guys in. And I'll have I'll make like a dedicated... It'll be a dedicated little area for our throwaways. Okay, we're starting to... Let's double check. How's our things going on down here? I don't know what the fuck is going on here. We have a shit ton of magma. Okay. Our great suckening is going on. Our great slurping is still slurping. There's a bunch of gunk falling from the sky. We're still making a bunch of really good plastic. I got everyone good plastic beds. Let's get rid of all of these. You can be a hugger. You'll be a soldier. Pipsqueaks. We're gonna put you over here. We're gonna put you over here to hang out with all your brethren. You need to go as well. And you do as well, my little guy. I think I saw one more. Right there. Fantastic. And then you're still doing that stuff. You're still doing that. These guys are good. And units are still doing... Hold on. Let me do suppress current on you. Suppress current on you. All right, back to the space stuff. I'm going to go up right there, but not there. That's stupid looking. And then, you know what? We can start building all of this. Let's get up there. And we're going to do none of that. God, who would have thought the vacuum of space sounds so loud? Alright, and then what we need is... We're going to need to set up this. We'll probably set up something exactly like this. Up there, so I need... What is that? 12 by 8? 12 by 8. Where would you like to fit? 12 by 8 does not fit perfectly in something like this, so I can move it up 1. And I don't think I need this because it'll be in the vacuum of space. So 12 by 8, meaning this is the center. Well, yeah, this is the center of my contraption that I got going on here. So we'll set it up here. And it'll be 12 by 8. Right here? No. Because I want the center to be right here. So we'll go like this. So if it's 12, then this is 6. And this is 6. So here's my 12 by 8. Okay, let's get some actual tiles here. And we're going to go igneous. Oh, wait. I want to make sure that we're going to be in between. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I did it. Like, I somehow did it perfectly. And I don't need to vacuum it out. Okay, that's actually what I wanted right there. So, let's see here. We're gonna need some steam turbines. We'll go... We're gonna go like this. And then we're also going to need some utilities. And I'll put you right there. And right there. And this side, we'll go this side for over here, and this side for over here. And then we'll do, let's go ahead and design this out. Let's get the plumbing going on here. So we need some insulated pipes. We want to... Ooh, first we make sure that these guys are cooled. This needs to flip. Yeah, we do a flip. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So liquid's gonna come in through here. And it'll say check in here, and then down here, and then bridge over. and then come up to this and fuck off this way. Come on. And fuck off that way. But now we do a stupid little bridge. Like so. Okay, liquid come in and then fuck off that way. And then go to start cooling everything right there. Okay. And then this one, liquid come in. And then if not, then bridge and fuck off this way. Like that. Here we go. Then we do bridge. Sweet. And then we can just go straight down for these vents. Vent and vent. And then we'll do this little guy. Just go ahead and vent yourself on down like that. No, you need to go over. So you actually, we're going to send you right here. Okay, you guys are going to go in the center. Cancel that. Cancel that one. Cancel that one. And let's go ahead and continue with these pipes. So, we want to go in like this, and then over, and we're just gonna go right there, back down, and then over, back down, over, and then we go all the way back. To right here. And this guy will go right here. And then same with this. So we're coming in this way and coming out this way right here, and we're gonna go to cool that down. Then we're gonna cool this down. Cool this guy down. This one, and then all the way back to right here. Nope, keep going. Oh, that's not fair. I need them to be the same, so we'll do this. Which means this guy comes over here and down. There we go, 2 cooling loops. They have lots to build, lots to fucking build. But how are we on this? 450? That's not bad. And this is still going. And then we got this. You're building that one. We are slowly but surely capping off the space. Cap off the space. So we don't need this liquid lock anymore. That's not important. And we have oil here. This is a vacuum. Oh, we didn't put the door to prevent people from coming out. So we have all this going. Now we need to make sure that you guys are getting blast shot, right? So we're gonna go blast shot, blast shot, blast shot, blast shot, blast shot for you, blast shot for you, and for you, and for you. Holy shit. Do I have to move all of this down? It is not even. That's, you know what? That's okay. Yeah, we're gonna be all right. What else do we need? Got going? Need stuff be going on around here? We need to make sure that we're checking the temperature of this coolant. You don't need to be steel. You can not do that. And then we can do automation. This thing. Make sure that this will turn on and that will turn on. Let's see, we're cooling this down. And then we need to get water in here. We'll do that in time. Probably right there. And probably right there. Alright, so all those guys, we'll leave them to that. We can deconstruct these guys. This oil's doing good. This oil's doing good. I think we can deconstruct this one. That's a good amount. And you... probably one more. No, probably two more. Okay, and then we got this going on. And then we have this infrastructure. See, and then what's good is that we can have like this area be for the hydrogen, the liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. And then this area being for the rockets, we could probably even put the rockets down here. No, because this is here. God damn it. I keep forgetting. We actually want to use that. So then do we put the rockets over here? I already have like all this stuff set up. I mean, it's stuff set. It's not too important. Yeah, we could put the rockets over here. I think we'll do that. So instead of bunker doors, I really don't need to change anything. Because everything is set up to be within a 28 block bit, and everything is going to take automation wire anyway. So yeah, it's not like it's any different from us putting it over here. Tell you what, we'll build all this fucking stuff first. And then also, where are we going to have the blast shot maker? Probably in the base, right here. And let's go. It's probably going to be a station, right? And how big is it going to be? Blast shot maker. You're going to be large. Well, actually, can I just like... Oh, I mean, you will fit. Oh, and I need petroleum. Uh-oh. So maybe I need to set up a derpy little oil to petroleum setup, just so that we can have blast shots. Yeah, I want my little guy to be comfortable while he's making his blast shots. So we're gonna put it here, and then we're gonna have to figure out how to pipe in the petroleum. We could probably put the petroleum stuff right here. Pipe it all in. We're doing space, Ma. Everyone's taking their sweet-ass time. Look, there's another Wheezewort over here. Can we... How do we get more Wheezewort seeds? I'll have to figure that out, of how we get more Wheezewort seeds. Yes, I know, because you guys haven't built it yet. I actually do like this. I do like the two tile gap, because that's their like little maintenance corridor. So screw you and your 4 tile high things. I like what I have here. I do... Whoa, visual bug. Visual bug. I do like this flattening over here. I'm starting to think maybe I should just drywall, because I do want to dig out all of this. So we'll drywall as needed. How are we doing over here? So we are getting a bunch of nuclear waste, and this solid nuclear waste. I do want it to heat up and turn into liquid one, because I do want to use liquid nuclear waste and use a infinite storage type setup so that I can infinitely store it, and that's how we'll be getting all of the rad bolts that I need. How are we doing, everyone? Yeah, I think I want to change this, put it over here. So I put this down at the bottom right here because as dupes climb up and down the ladders and stuff like that with items, and then they realize that it's like shift change time, they'll drop their fucking shit. Oh, also, Allie, can you graduate yet? You can, Allie. Okay, Allie can graduate. Graduate. So let's go ahead and remove Allie from all of these lists. And Allie, I apologize. I don't even know what you were going to do. What's your job, Ellie? Let's look at what you got. What are you even interested in, Ellie? Construction? I like that. You don't need art fundamentals. That's for damn sure. What, do you just start with that? I think that's what that brain is. Okay, let's start you off with some suits sustainability training. Okay, so suits, good. Construction, good. And then let's get you some improved carrying as well. So you're going to be my little constructor. There you go, Allie. Make sure you're on the right schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's move. Oh, I don't think I want. I'm going to have to change some things around. Well, Ellie, you're on a good schedule. What if we put... Let's put mine at Jack on this schedule. No, because we have 2 diggers. Sonyar is getting radiation poisoning. One, 2, 3, 4. What's going on here? Eduardo. Whoa, Eduardo needs to go over here. Because I need all of the normal dupes on schedules. So 9. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I think I should actually build some rad pills because we're digging, or we're working a lot out here in the radiation. Barely safe. Yeah, my bad, guys. Let's build. Well, let's make some rad pills. Where's my hospital? Basic rad pills is made with coal. Yeah, let's make like 100. Let's make 99. A doctor will be at work. Okay, so now that I set up her schedule and her skills, Allie, let's set up your priorities. So Allie, you're gonna want to dig. You're gonna be the little, or no, not digging. You're gonna be a builder, and you can operate eventually. But we're gonna want you to be building, operate, and then that's kind of it, right? You're just gonna build, and then after that, you're gonna look to be supplying. Oh, that's not what I meant. Where did Ellie go? Okay, I need to go down on everything. Well, I guess you can be or tidying. Yeah, that's okay. Where's my doctor? Steve is the doctor. And he has, in fact, made rad pills. Okay. So how are we doing over here? So good liquid lock. That was the important part. Good liquid lock. All right. And then we're building all this stuff. Like, should I, like, increase what I want out of them? Meaning, should I mess with the priorities, or is this going to be okay? This is something I eventually want. Well, wait, no, not this. For this one, it's just going to be this. How's the great suckening? And whatever the hell I'm doing down here. I thought I was maybe pushing this liquid down, but I don't fucking know. I don't know why this isn't... Like, I do understand the massive space, but it's taken a fucking while, man. And we're in micrograms. And I double-checked We did a lot of cleaning. Maybe that's why it's not. Okay. We did a lot of cleaning, and I made sure to pick up all the polluted oxygen, like the polluted water. So there's no more... Oh, it's still fucking hot up here. I do know. Yeah, I know that. But yeah, we did clean up, like, all the fucking polluted water, so it's not off-gassing anymore. And this seems to, like, not be going down at all. It's taking for fucking ever to move billions of tons of this brine and everything. And every now and then... No, that's just the oil. But we do have oil in here, which the oil... Oh, we're at the oil. Okay, so the oil does need to come in to here. This is the oil line. Right? Okay. So that's why some of these are backed up, because there's actual oil coming in. We slurped that up. And we'll priority 9 this so that we can get this. I love pointing to my screen while, like, on camera. Our volcanoes are still going well. There's no metal sitting at the bottom. That means that we are getting it out. So here's the oil, right? And now these bad boys can continue on. And then this third line is if we were to get salt water, which I think we'll get there eventually. Right now it's just a lot of brine. As you can see, the liquid right here. Yeah, we're going to suck up oil here. Brine, we're still in brine here, because here's our pump. And still in brine, and eventually salt water. But you're directly in the oil, so you'll be pumping that up. Get that out of here. How's this going? I love my little doopies. And then we have this is perfect right there. And in fact, you know what? How much plastic should we have before we start getting transit tubes everywhere? You know, that's another thing. I've never really used transit tubes. Maybe I should open this up a third so that this could be a transit tube here. Or, do I replace the pole with transit tubes? Let me see how much it would cost to run this. Oh, yeah, we definitely do not have enough plastic. So, like, just that run. Okay. Yeah, we don't have enough plastic for transit tubes. I'll probably off camera do 2 more of these. Like, that was kind of the intent. Do them down here, because this is what, fucking 21 by 13. So if I do them down here, we go 21 by 13. Yeah, we'll get 2 more down there, and then I'll fit this, like, in the middle right here. Should be fine. Got these guys still doing well. Well enough, I guess. Got our little space guys going on here. You know, I guess we don't really need this. I mean, we're going to anyway, eventually, right? Oh, power. Let's work on some power. We are going to need the power guys up here. Power guys. So we'll get large transformer. Let's see, if I get a singular transformer. Ooh, that's right. I need to figure out power for this. So we're going to eventually get this heavy watt wire all the way up here. So what we'll do... How are we gonna do it without it making it look real stupid? I guess we don't need that door. Because then we'll do power up like this. And we can do just a heavy watt joint plate. So that means get rid of that. This will power all of that. We'll also do another heavy watt joint plate. So no insulated tile so that we can get in there. And just like that. So probably that. We can get around. Let's see. And then power. So here's the thing. This is like 1,000 watts, and this is 4,000 watts. But these wires are only 2,000 watts. So that's why I have something kind of janky right here, where you can see 2,000 watt powers have come together to provide 2,000 watts. And then same thing with this one, 2,000. But I don't want to do 4 transformers up here. So I think what we'll do is set up one of these. Well, I did say that power, I guess we're setting up 2 transformers. And then this. And we'll just go straight up. And then these boys will go like that. And we'll get this power going. And just all the way down. Which means we don't need any of this. There we go. And bring that up. And then we'll have power up in space. And then these transformers will provide power for all these bad boys. We are getting there. Especially after I canceled all these fucking cleaning commands. Okay, this is not working. I like tried to set this up to where I was like deleting it. Or like at least pushing it down. But that's not working. I'll at least finish this. And then come back, yeah, like this. And then we'll corner build that, and then keep corner building. It would be purple puddle nut to hang out in the lava. Let's get you to move, yeah? Okay, you know what? Can you... No, you're grounded. You're grounded. Go away, have someone else. I should probably put a door on this end. Overheated. What is overheating? Oh, that's right. These filters are... They're kind of derpy. Why is it purple puddle nut? Go away. Oh my god. Building broken. Why is there so... Oh my fucking god. You know what? I'm okay with this. That's just something that we gotta deal with. Damage, overheat, construction, everything's breaking. Can our little dupes get hit? And that's it. So that's okay. That is all right. dig this up. I think they'll repair. Yeah. Okay, they'll go around repairing. We're okay. We're okay here. This is why we're doing this. That's right. And I did want to set up the blast shot maker, so let's go to stations. Blast shot maker will go right here. Wire goes in. And purple puddle nut, you're grounded from going over here. Purple puddle nut. You cannot go in. Because you got yourself hurt. In fact, where is purple at? In fact, let's get all these people assigned here. Yeah, look at you. You're all hurt and shit. Everyone taking your rad pills? Good job. How are we doing, everyone? As long as everything gets repaired. This is gonna be a fucking while for them to, like, actually finish everything up. And also, the Great Suckening is taking forever. And so is the Great Slurping. We got the Great Sucking and the Great Slurping. And this is where all the gunk is going. All the little fucking... Let's see if we got all the gunk. This is all crude oil. Here's some gunk. Gunk. And gunk over here, I think. But we sucked up all that oil. And you'll eventually be sucking up some different liquids. Some polluted water, some brine. Okay. Which I need to make sure we have the polluted water is going somewhere. This salt water is going somewhere. Salt water is going in the salt water. Every pipe is where it's supposed to be. And then gunk goes over here, and then I think the other I think there's like one more liquid that I'm having them just like dump there. Because here we basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different liquids. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 liquids. So the water, that's right, we're dumping the water because it's so scarce. Okay, we're slowly rebuilding all of the things. You can see, you know, there's only 12, 11, 8, 7. Fantastic. We are rebuilding and building. And we can make these out of just like normal obsidian. We don't need to make them out of steel because the meteor blasters will be shooting them all. No liquid. You need blast shot, and we're going to make you out of iron because we're going to have an infinite amount of iron with this iron volcano that we're eventually going to be taming, just like all these ones. I'll probably do that off camera because we've already seen that before. But we do need petroleum. A shit ton of petroleum. How easy is it biodiesel? Is that with the sea combs? Yes, the pips are supposed to be starving. I do not want them alive anymore. And here we have polluted dirt. Get that out of my life. See, look, a pip just went in here and decided to try to swim. And then the pip found out it doesn't know how to swim. So then the pip will evolve. Don't worry, you're next. You get to go swimming next. There, he goes there. And then you evolve into some meat. And then you are supposed to grab that. Why aren't you working? You're supposed to grab it and put it in there. Why didn't you grab it? Oh, I think because there was already an errand. Everything's been rebuilt. We have the power going. Power. Ooh, yeah, the power is up here. And you know what? I think that's a good episode. It's been an episode of planning out our future space stuff. Space program. Because we can get a whole bunch of... Oh my god. Of course. Just keep on keeping on like that. Purple is not allowed in, and then it sounds like Freya doesn't want to be in either. And did we build, or did we make 99 fucking... no, we made 59. But yeah, that was, I feel like that's a decent episode. Sorry about the last episode, you know, I definitely needed to explain this and everything. Between episodes, I'll probably build some more. And then I will also work on figuring out how to get the blast shots, because we can't just leave everything out here in the open like this, even though we're working on it. Hopefully the great suckening will be over soon. I don't think the great slurping will be done anytime soon, but you know, we'll get there. But yeah, you know what? If you guys made it this far and you know you're still watching this series, don't do it for the views. I don't do it for the views. I do it for whoever needs this information and enjoys the good old content. Well, I mean, I guess that would be a lie, doing it for the views or not doing it, because like that's the whole point of you know, setting up fucking YouTube, and like you do it for the views, and like you're trying to make sure that people stay entertained. Anyway, whatever. If you guys made it this far, I really appreciate you guys. And if I could get a like, maybe even a subscribe, you know, you guys were enjoying this series. So, again, sorry about the last episode. That one, that was really upsetting. Oh my god, Hadayana. Are you going to be banned from this now too? Like, stop standing there. You got one more to go. Yeah, hope to see you guys on the next one. And until then, stay stringy.